What is good, NIO family? It's Rey-Jay back with another video, and in this one, we're going to be talking about the one and only NIO stock and answer the question: is NIO about to explode? Is NIO about to make a very bullish move for next week, or is NIO just in a state where it's going to get rejected again? So I'm going to answer that question in this video. I'm going to do some in-depth technical analysis. I'm going to talk about what under the sentiment of the market is, and something very important you should know about how the market is functioning. Now, before I break anything down, though, before I get into any more details, I do have to mention a couple of things before starting. Firstly, I'm not a financial planner, so don't take any of this as financial advice. And also, if you guys can, please smash the like button if you want to see more videos like this. It not only benefits me, it benefits the entire NIO community as a whole. And the last things, if you guys can, please check out the Moomoo link down below and in the description. You sign up for Moomoo with the link down below, deposit $100 into the account. You're guaranteed up to 10 free stocks, each worth up to $2,500. You can always sell these 10 free stocks for cash and use that cash to buy some NIO shares for free in this limited time offer that ends in just 2 days. So please check it out before they run out. With that out of the way, let's get on with the video. So in my previous video, I predicted that NIO would kind of stay in this range right over here throughout a lot of the day. And I did predict that NIO would get a nice breakout towards the end and actually close very close to $20. We ended up closing at $19.73. So my prediction was very close, maybe not 100% perfect, but very close. And you can see NIO did stay in this range right here. This is the two dark blue lines you're seeing. This is the key range. That's NIO kind of bouncing between around that 18.75 level of support and also that resistance around 19.5. So overall, NIO held up pretty well. It made a nice move. It broke out of this channel that it's been in for quite a bit of time. And it did actually start to drop a little bit after that, but we actually held pretty well. And I believe that if the whole market does rally going into next week, it's very possible for NIO to follow with it. So it is possible for NIO to see an explosive move into the low 20s. I do think it's very possible, but I'm not too confident it's going to last extremely long. If you look at the overall market, if you look at SPY, you'll notice that what happened for the week was a lot of different people were expecting not the best moves from the market. We had GDP come out and confirm a recession, which is not good. We also had the PCE data coming out, not to mention the fact that we had earnings, which, I mean, earnings did a lot better than expected, at least to a large extent. Maybe not the entire extent, but for the most part. And the last thing that was very important for the market was the FOMC meeting. So a lot of people were loading up on puts, and you could see right over here, we were over leveraged on puts, and the market makers took advantage of this, and they pushed the market up despite that. Now, does this mean that the market has to dump next week? It doesn't necessarily mean that, because it does look like we have a little bit more room to continue going up. If we look at what SPY is doing, let me just show you this right here. SPY is pushing up. It looks pretty strong, right? But if I bring up the daily charts, we got something very interesting. So what you'll notice is the SPY has a tendency of having kind of, I would say, like, it trades around the 200 EMA. So we're entering a very key zone right now. We got a nice 1348 EMA crossover. I did talk about this in a previous video. I did talk about why I did think this would help NIO push it up at least a bit. But here's the big thing. If you look at what the SPY is doing, the SPY is getting close to that 200 EMA around 415. Now, if the SPY breaks 415, that's going to be very bullish and the whole market could actually rally a little more. If not, if we get rejected off the 200 EMA, off around like 415, 416, maybe around there, that would not be the best of signs, and SPY could actually start to come down. Now, even if we do break and we start to push up, that would be awesome. But I must warn you, if you look at SPY, the SPY has a gap down here in that 391 range. We have another gap down here at 383, another gap down here at 378, and finally another gap all the way down to 360s. So it seems likely that the SPY is going to come down in the future. I mean, that's the most easy way for me to put it. So we have another gap at 406 I forgot to mention, but it seems that way. And this may have an effect on the overall market. If you look at NIO, NIO is pushing up. It looks pretty good. We're starting to get a curl from the 13 EMA. Overall, we haven't actually broken past on the daily charts. Right here, we're almost getting a 1348 EMA crossover, which could be good for NIO, but we're actually well below the 200 EMA. So NIO is not in the same boat as SPY, but it does look like NIO has some room to push up into the low 20s as of right now. And it would really depend on the overall market. If the market does start to take a hit, then of course NIO would follow with it. But it does look like we have a little bit more room. So I do believe NIO is going to most likely end up in this 20 to 20.8 range again. This was a key range from the past historically. You could see NIO spent many days here, like over a week here. So I do think NIO could actually re-enter that range temporarily before actually seeing another shift. Now, there are a lot of articles coming out trying to get people greedy. Tom Lee is saying the 2022 bear market is over. Stocks could hit new highs before the year end, which is awesome, right? People like that. But is it really safe to say that? Could we really say the bear market is over, considering all the gaps, considering the potential downside? I really don't think we could say that. We are seeing people like Elon Musk, though, saying things like Elon Musk sees inflation potentially trending down. Once again, that's a big update. That could be good for the markets for the long term, but for the short term, I'm still not 100% confident. It seems like people are becoming very greedy, they're becoming too comfortable. And like I said before, the market makers like to take advantage of retail investors, right? If everyone's buying puts, if everyone thinks the market's going to drop, they'll do something unexpected and they'll push the market up, even if it's confirmed we're in a recession, for example. So like I said, I mean, there's lots of manipulation affecting the markets, but I don't think that it's ready to just stop the market from running just yet. It looks like the market has a little bit more room. We still have that 1348 EMA crossover for SPY. I see some more room for it. So I really believe that this is going to help the market push up a little bit more for early next week. As a result of that, I do think that this is going to help NIO. I do think NIO is going to push up a little bit too. I wouldn't be surprised if we actually saw NIO hit the low 20s, like I said before, very, very soon. So with that said, I'm pretty bullish. I'm a little bit more in favor of the bulls than the bears for the short term. If we actually look at the daily charts, NIO was on this downtrend, but we're slowly starting to see the momentum shift a little bit. You can see this small curl right here from the MACD. RSI is picking up just slightly, so it's looking a little bit better. Volume picked up a bit today too, so good to see NIO showing some improvement. I would like to see a nice push up, but right now there's a lot of uncertainty about many things and occurrences going on in China, so it is having its effect on NIO and the overall market. So with that said, I mean, if the market does push up, it could still push NIO up. But if the market ends up trading sideways for some time or even starts dropping, NIO will most likely follow. And as of right now, it looks like the market does have a little bit more room. So I do think that this could actually help NIO. Now, if I actually shift onto the NIO global page, we could see some other really good things NIO is putting. Because when it comes to NIO's share price, all right, yeah, I understand that it's not at the best price compared to its all-time high. But if you look at what they're doing, we have right here NIO Power, hashtag NIO Power, Europe plant funded by NIO. Right over there will commerce commence, operation in September. So once again, very, very awesome news. They're actually improving fundamentally, and we're actually seeing them expand in Europe, closing more deals, and just getting bigger and bigger as the day goes on. So from what I'm seeing, right, they're receiving more funding in Europe. They're going to be expanding in many different European countries. And I see some massive, massive upside for its long term future. This is a very good time to be greedy to buy those dips or even buy NIO at this price. Does NIO have potential to drop? Yeah, but I'm going to be buying those shares left and right for the long term because it looks very, very good in my opinion. With that said and done, thank you all for listening. Please have a great rest of the day, and I'll see you guys in the next one. NIO is fantastic. The long-term future is still bright because NIO is going to come back. For the short term, I am a little bit more bullish than bearish again. I do think NIO could be in the low 20s very soon. So with that said, thank you for listening. Enjoy your weekend, and I'll see you guys in the next one. NIO to the moon, and peace out.